I paint a perfect picture, bomb the hooches with precision. Mind to get with you with that and double OP.
Tupac and Snoop Dogg complement each other amazingly on this track. The instrumental is hard-hitting and has a gangster feel to it. Tupac and Snoop Dogg rap about their gangster lifestyles that involves them killing their foes, banging women, and getting money. Their flows and lyrics are very catchy, making this a flawless track on the All Eyez on Me album.
I got a house out in the hills right next to Chino, and I think I got a black Beamer, but my dream is California knows how to party.
I always preferred this version of California Love over the original one. The reason this is the case is because I like the laid-back beat on this one more. Tupac and Dr. Dre complement each other exceptionally well. They both rap about their love and appreciation for California. Roger Troutman is another great addition to this track, as his robotic singing vocals are very catchy.
I should have seen you was trouble right from the start. Taught me so many lessons, how not to mess with broken hearts.
This track is produced exceptionally well. I like the smooth, gloomy feel of the instrumental, and the melodic chorus is very catchy. Tupac provides a great rap performance over the production. His vocals also blend well with all the creative elements. His lyrics consist of him talking about the crazy things people do when they're in love. The icing on the cake are the heavenly singing vocals from Eric Williams on the hook.
As soon as I leave the house, you wanna page me. See, you got me trapped, I'm going crazy, this is slavery.
Everything about this track is perfect. Tupac provides an interesting concept, and his performance is intriguing. You can hear the pain in his vocals as he raps about his relationship that's on thin ice. His girlfriend is losing trust in him, and he doesn't know why. He ultimately gets fed up with her and advises them to just be friends. The instrumental is amazing, as it has a depressing feel to it, which adds to the concept. Another amazing thing about this track is the female vocalist on the chorus. Her voice also fits the dreariness of this track. As I said before, I feel like everything is executed perfectly, making this a major highlight on his posthumous album Loyal to the Game, which was also produced by Eminem. Not only is this track dedicated to the ladies, but it's also very inspirational. Tupac asks women how do they want it when it comes to sex. Casey and JoJo provide extremely catchy singing vocals on the chorus. Their lyrics are on the inspirational side of this track, as they ask, how does it feel as someone that made it from rags to riches? Another infectious thing about this track is the instrumental. The elements and sounds are very catchy. Tupac's style fits this track perfectly, making this song flawless in my opinion.
How long will they move it? Yeah, it's for my nigga Kato.
Everything about this track is executed exceptionally well. All the members of the rap group Thug Life drop heartfelt verses about their deceased friends. They also wonder how long people will mourn them when they die. Well, in Tupac's case, it's been 30 plus years and people are still hurt by his death. The instrumental has a sad feel to it, which helps with the concept, and the late great Nate Dogg provides incredible singing vocals on the hook.
How long will they move it? After niggas all dead. Now we was once two of the same kind, quick to holler at a hoochie with the same line.
The familiar piano sample on this track is smooth and relaxing. Tupac's message on this song is powerful as well. He raps about how he appreciates people that change in order to better themselves. All while listening to the All Eyez on Me album, Tupac provided a high amount of passionate performances. It also felt like he had something to prove, as his energy was like no other. All Eyez on Me is well crafted overall from the production and concepts. This track is no exception, and the featured artist Danny Boy provides a really good singing performance on the hook.
I ain't mad at you. I don't give a. They done put me to my limit, I'm all lit. I might blow up any minute.
Everything about this track is perfect. Tupac provides an aggressive delivery all the way through, and it's very intriguing. His lyrics consist of him addressing the injustices of the police force. Every day he's harassed as a black man, which leads to him losing his cool and finally snapping. He wants to do what police does to black people on a daily basis. These things consist of falsely arresting them, beating them, and killing them. The way Tupac recites his lyrics is very compelling. His lyrics contain a lot of foul language, which is exciting to hear, as you can feel his authenticity. The featured artist Pogo matched Tupac's energy exceptionally, as he provides an aggressive style as well.
Wonder if heaven and got a ghetto.
I love the joyful instrumental on this track. It's also very catchy. This helps with the concept as Tupac gives black people inspiration. He talks about many things they can relate to while growing up in low-end communities. Tupac then wonders if heaven has a ghetto where black people can finally live in peace while not having to worry about struggle. Tupac's passionate style fits the concept of this song perfectly, making it a major highlight on his posthumous album Are You Still Down?
Black people on the wage, police, so don't try it. If you're not from the town, then don't pass through. Some say the blacker the better, the sweeter the juice. I say the darker the flesh and the deeper the roots.
This is a very heartfelt track. Tupac provides a motivational message to single mothers that were treated badly by the fathers of their children. These women are left alone and have to raise children on their own. Tupac doesn't like the fact that men treat women this way and encourages them to do better. Another important aspect about this track is that Tupac highlights the growing issue of women being unwillingly sexually assaulted by men. His delivery is intriguing, as you can hear the passion in his voice. But although I feel like this track is amazing, there was always some lyrics that bothered me. On the first verse, Tupac says that it makes him unhappy when men create babies and leaves women to raise them on their own. He then contradicts himself later in this verse as he states that men can't create babies. Since men can't create babies, they don't have a right to tell a woman when and where to create one. Now I understand that Tupac could be referring to men that get women pregnant against their will, which is completely out of pocket. But even still, men can create babies in that aspect, as you need both the sperm and the egg. Saying a man can't make a baby is insane to me, as they most certainly can. Another way that I look at the line, he has no right to tell a woman when and where to create one, is him simply referring to men not having the right to tell a woman when and where to create a baby. I feel like him saying this is crazy, as there are rarely conversations being had where men are telling women when and where to create children. I feel like it would be in the woman's best interest if they had these types of conversations with their men, as it will fix the issue of kids being born out of just having casual sex. Many people also state that this line is about abortion. I feel like if Tupac was talking about abortion in this line, he would have said a man doesn't have the right to tell a woman when and where to kill a child. But let's just say that he is talking about abortion. Is he saying men don't have a right to tell a woman to get an abortion or to keep a child? I believe that a man has every right to be a part of the conversation, as is his child as well. Another crazy thing Tupac says is that we all came from a woman, as if we also didn't come from a man. But other than that, this song is amazing, as the instrumental is heavenly. I understand what Tupac was trying to do, and I'm most certainly not against it. I just feel like he could have worded things better. Another great addition to this track are the singing vocals from the artist Dave Hollister. He provides a heavily singing performance, making this a major highlight on Tupac's second album, Strictly for My Ends.
Now ever since my birth, I've been cursed since I'm born around. In case I never get to holler at my unborn child. Many things.
One thing I realized while listening to Tupac's discography is that he has a lot of eerie tracks. These songs involve him speaking death into existence. He oftentimes shared his perspective on death, and he also believed that he would die young. Although this track has this element, it's also lighthearted. Tupac writes this song to his unborn child, as he believes he isn't going to live long enough to see him or her. He gives his child life lessons and shares his experiences in life that taught him these things. The instrumental samples the song Liberian Girl from Michael Jackson, and it works exceptionally well. Another great element about this track are the additional vocals from the female artist. The concept is absolutely incredible and chilling at the same time.
Hope you understand my love letter to my unborn child. They wanna bury me, I'm worried. I'm losing my mind, look down the barrel of my 9 and my vision's blurry.
This is another track that has that eerie feel to it. Tupac knows that death is coming, and he fears the unknown. He constantly wonders what's going to happen when he dies. He also knows that he'll die soon, so this is sort of a preparation for it. Tupac's low demeanor fits the sinister aura of this track, and I like it a lot. This song has a horror feel to it, which is due to its multiple elements. The instrumental has a scary organ that plays throughout it, which definitely adds to this feel. One thing I noticed while listening to Tupac's discography is that his style and subject matter was very repetitious. This is one of the few songs that involved him speaking on something outer worldly and sinister. Tupac would have definitely thrived if he rapped more about the unknown, as a lot of his subject matter is the same throughout his discography. All in all, this is an incredible track, as the dark elements are executed amazingly.
I see visions of me dead, Lord, are you there? They tell me am I lost cause I'm lonely. I thought I had. Tonight is love making, take you any place you wish. Today we satisfied, yesterday was stolen kisses.
On On Tupac's final posthumous album, he had two versions of a song called Play Your Cards Right. The first version with Keisha Cole is pretty good. The second version featured Ludacris, and everything about it is perfect in my opinion. The smooth vibe of the instrumental blends well with Tupac's vocals. Ludacris' style also matches exceptionally well with Tupac's. Another great element of this track is the male vocalist on the chorus. His vocals are phenomenal, making this a very well crafted song.
Take your time, baby. Back in elementary, I thrived on misery. Left me alone, I grew up amongst a dime.
The instrumental on this song is incredible, as the instruments are very addictive. The vibe of the instrumental matches up amazingly with Tupac's passionate vocals. You can also hear the pain in his voice, which adds a high level of authenticity to his flow. His lyrics consist of him reflecting on all the tears he shed over his fallen friends and family. His performance on this track is so heartfelt that it has the ability to also make the listener shed a tear. Tupac's delivery on this track is what makes it one of his greatest songs of all time.
Lord, I lost so many pigs and shed so many tears. Now that I'm struggling in this business, my enemy. The whole town's on a mission, adolescents. Penitentiary bound. Now introducing your trigger.
It's no secret that I believe that the Outlaws are one of the worst rap groups of all time. This is noticeable on various Tupac songs, along with their group album Still I Rise. Teardrops and Closed Caskets is a rare instance where the chemistry of Tupac and the Outlaws is fantastic. It's mainly because they use creative elements in their verses that involves them reciting their verses as a whole. This is also known as the back and forth flow. Another great aspect of this track is the storytelling. Tupac and the Outlaws tell the tale of friends that are products of their environments. The decisions they make leads to them facing harsh consequences, which leads to teardrops and closed caskets. Another amazing element of this track is the sad and inspirational instrumental. Nate Dogg also kills another chorus for Tupac, as his singing vocals are catchy. This is hands down the best song Tupac has with his whack rap group The Outlaws.
Teardrops and closed caskets. Forever. All you wanted to be, a soldier, a soldier. All you wanted to be, a soldier.
Tupac showcases his creativity and storytelling ability on this track. He tells the story of two brothers that chose the life of crime in order to support themselves and their family. The street life definitely isn't joyful, as the older brother will quickly be brought down on charges. The older brother also knows that he's influencing his younger brother to go down the same path, which is reiterated on the chorus. The chorus is very addictive, as it consists of the older brother informing listeners that all his brother wanted to be was a soldier like him. The younger brother then takes it upon himself to break his older brother out the courtroom. He'll show up with the crew and holds everyone at gunpoint. When he demands them to release his brother, his request will be accepted. As him and his brother are leaving the courtroom, they'll both be shot. The younger brother died on the scene, while the older brother still has a fighting chance. Tupac then concludes this track by stating that nothing good comes out of choosing the street life. Tupac's performance is incredible on this track. As he's rapping in the perspective of the older brother, a slowed down effect is added to his voice, which matches up perfectly with the hard-hitting instrumental. The beat also has a sad feel to it, which helps with the concept of this track. Tupac's delivery is infectious, as he recites his lyrics with a ton of passion, making this a major highlight on his debut album Tupacalypse Now.
Is it my fault just cause I'm a young black male? Cops sweating me as if my destiny. Dear mama, I'm caught up in this sickness. I robbed my adversaries, but slipped and left a witness.
Tupac's storytelling is incredible on this track. He raps in the perspective of a 16-year-old black male that had a rough life. This led him to pursue a life of crime. This eventually earned him a spot on death row, and he's now reflecting on the decisions he's made. Another great thing about this track is the chorus, as it's very catchy. There is a male vocalist that sings, which was a great decision.
When I was young, me and my mama had beef, 17 years old, kicked out on the streets.
Everything about this track is perfection. The production is exquisite, as it gives off a depressing yet joyful feel. This is also one of Tupac's most passionate performances. The reason this is the case is because he dedicates this song to his mother. Even though his mother had her struggles dealing with drugs, she still put her kids first, and Tupac appreciates that to the highest degree. Tupac also talks about growing up without a father and how it affected him. When he found out that his father died, it didn't faze him, as he didn't know him. All in all, this song is absolutely incredible, as Tupac's passionate performance blends exceptionally well with the production. Another incredible element on this track is the male vocalist on the chorus. This is a very touching song, and Tupac did an incredible job delivering a heartfelt story. He tells a tale about a girl named Brenda who was dealt a short hand in life. Her parents weren't good influences as her mother was absent and her father was a junkie. She had a baby at the age of 12 and now has to deal with the consequence of her actions. She didn't have any support from her family nor the father of the child, which led to her resorting to dangerous things in order to provide for her child. The first thing she decided to do was sell drugs, which didn't work as she got robbed. She then decided to sell her body. This worked for a while as she was able to pay rent, but this lifestyle quickly caught up with her as she would later be murdered. This story is really sad as it showcases the harsh realities of the black community. As I said before, Tupac's delivery is incredible as you can hear the passion in his vocals. The production is exquisite as the sad instrumental brings out Tupac's sad lyrics greatly. The background singing vocals are also a great touch, which also helps with the sad feel of this track. This is a perfect song all around for its message, performances, and production.
I hear Brenda's got a baby, but Brenda's barely got a brain. A damn shame. The girl can tell me, baby, are you lonely? Don't wanna rush out, can help you if you're only. Let me touch it for
The instrumental on this track is very smooth and all the elements are implemented really well. In my opinion, this track is sort of a part 2 to his song I Get Around. This time he's more detailed when it comes to how he deals with the opposite sex. He's torn in between his player lifestyle and wanting to commit to a relationship. In totality, he's a busy man, which leads to him only having time for sex. Tupac's performance is incredible on this track. His flow is infectious and the male vocalist is incredible as well. The melodies from the male vocalist are perfect throughout this track, which matches well with Tupac's infectious flow and the overall smooth vibe of this track. This is personally my all-time favorite Tupac track as all of the elements are executed amazingly, which leads to me coming back to it over and over again.